There are three types of AI entrepreneurs, and you need to learn your why before you touch AI. This is Shantae Earl, founder of Smart AI Workshops. Today, I wanted to address the three types of AI entrepreneurs. I believe that knowing which AI entrepreneur you are will determine what you do next. So listen up, because you need to know this information. Excuse me there. I'm excited about the current times that we're living in. Many of you are being bombarded with this thing called artificial intelligence. You're seeing all the advertising that's happening all over the news, on social media, and some of you are involved and some of you are like, what is going on? Well, I'm going to go ahead and disclose this. Do not trust anything you see online. You have to question everything. And as time goes by, the truth will continue to be manipulated. Unfortunately, many people might be victims of what they are being exposed to. And so the ethics side of AI must be addressed. So I'm glad that the government is getting involved, starting to put guardrails around this new technology, and I believe it's going to be beneficial for the masses. But before you use AI, I want to just share some things with you that I've discovered. I've been hosting this thing called AI Made Simple for the last year. And AI Made Simple is a series of different workshops. So I've had a lot of different case studies of individuals that I have shared different tools with, that I have coached over the last year, who have given me some feedback. And I want to share just a little bit of that feedback with you this afternoon. But before I go there, I want to make sure that each of you can hear and see me. If you can, go ahead and click that like button. Go ahead and click that share button so I know that we are on the same wavelength. Technology, ladies and gentlemen, it moves so fast, so fast. And because it moves so fast, you could find yourself going down rabbit holes. And those rabbit holes, unfortunately, can get you caught up, because time will pass and you may have only wanted to look at a video or you wanted to research or watch something, and before you know it, a whole hour was spent, because we are considered users. And the goal of the algorithm and the mega corporations is to keep our attention and get us to stay on their platform so advertisers can bombard us with different ads and we eventually will buy. As you already know, there's a lot of money behind this AI race, and a lot of countries are continuing to pour mega dollars into it. So it's only going to get bigger as the years go by. So what I want to do is be able to share how you can take advantage of this amazing opportunity. If you were in what I like to call the Wish Ida Club, the one, I wish I'd bought Bitcoin when it was $3,000. I wish I'd invested in Tesla or Amazon or Netflix or all of these other amazing businesses that have come to our mind because the opportunity was there in that time. And if you didn't do that, well, it's okay. I get it. We all have had moments where we wish we could live our life over and do something different. And if that's you, then go ahead and put a 1 in the comment area. But I want to encourage you on this very day, and you're going to mark your calendar and you're going to remember this conversation. And the conversation is this: even though you may feel like you're behind, you're not. You're right where you should be, and your timing could not be better. Because artificial intelligence, ladies and gentlemen, it's been around for some time, and we've been beta testing it, beknownst to us, for probably over a decade or longer. And it goes back to the time where you had to sign in to your website and was given a test to identify stop signs or bridges or something related to driving. Ladies and gentlemen, we were training EVs, electronic vehicles. And now, as you may already know, um, electronic vehicles, they are now autonomous. And in many states, such as Texas, they are called robo taxis. Or if you have an EV, well, you can put it in autonomous mode and it will literally drive you while you relax. Now, I was recently um, driving on the freeway, and I looked over and I saw this man literally driving, and he looked like he was asleep. I don't know what he was doing, but all I know is that the car was doing all the work. Now, I haven't bought an EV, but if you have, tell me what you think about it. Do you like it? Do you like, this is not what I thought it was? Whatever that might be, share it in the comment, because EVs are here, and I believe eventually the world will become accustomed to self-driving automobiles. And the life that we are currently living right now is going to change dramatically. And I believe that this will happen within the next 5 years or the next decade. It's already changing. Jobs are being replaced. People are repositioning themselves. Careers are being invented, and opportunities are coming, and they are leaving. So right now, because AI is here, I believe that your timing couldn't be better. You're early. I talk about actually five particular phases that we have with this technology adoption. And it's literally the adoption curve. And the adoption curve it looks like this. We have the innovators. They have come to the marketplace with big ideas, big budgets. They can afford not to make any profits. But once they identified a big problem and found the solution, then they give it to us to test, to see if the market is ready for what it is that they will be releasing. And it usually takes time before they release it. But once the innovators bring it to our market, then we have what's called the early adopters. Now, you may be an early adopter. You may like to get things before anyone else gets them. You may want to try out different tools, apps before anyone has a chance to do it. Great. I am the same way. But know that because we are early adopters, a lot of times we are beta testing, finding all the bugs so that it can be corrected and improved. So being an early adopter has its advantages. But once the early adopters have come, then there's another set of individuals who decide to wait. And they are the early majority. Now the majority has agreed that the product is viable and it works, and they are now jumping in and taking advantage of the opportunity at hand. But they're early, and they are the majority are now doing it. But at that moment, it's almost at the top of the curve. So the early opportunity was really in the very, very bottom at the early adopters phase, are the innovators' actual point. And once that happens, you have the next wave of individuals who jump in, and they are the late majority. Now they're late, but the majority says since everyone else is buying Bitcoin and Wall Street is inside of it now, and it's been proven, and it goes to $120,000 for one, now I'll buy it. But you're actually late. Maybe. Depending on where it's headed. Because crypto, on the other hand, is still new. A lot of people are now really starting to take a look at it. But for the adoption side of it, the early majority or the late majority is right now starting to really, truly start to get involved, even though it's truly early. That's just one example of a technology. But now, once that takes place, ladies and gentlemen, the next and the final phase of the late majority is the laggards. Now, the laggards, they pretty much are set in their ways. They don't want to change anything. They're happy with the way things are going. And that's fine if that's you. But a lot of that usually means a lot of pain later on. Businesses shut down because they didn't take advantage of the opportunity and the time of the opportunity. Companies close doors, opportunities pass, and people live in a state of regret. Don't be that person. Right now, you are early. There's going to be years that will pass, and your children's children will ask you one day, where were you when artificial intelligence first came to the world? What did you do? And don't be the one to say, I was there, I saw it, but I didn't take advantage of it. And we're just going to have to accept whatever we get. No, no, no. We will not be in that conversation. We're going to take advantage of the opportunity and the time of the opportunity. So that's what I like to explain to my people when we teach about artificial intelligence. Is one, we got to find out who are you when it comes to this technology adoption curve. So do me a favor, put in the chat, go ahead and write, if you're watching this now or even on a replay, where do you stand in this technology adoption curve? Are you an innovator? Are you an early adopter? Are you an early majority? Are you a late majority? Or are you a laggard? Just do me a favor and type something down there in the comment area. And I'm going to tell you why that's so important, because once you identify who you are, then you'll know what to do next. So, the reason I jumped on today is this. I want to share with you what I discovered about entrepreneurs who are jumping in this space. Wherever they may fall on that line, the fact is that there are really three types of AI entrepreneurs. And you need to know your why before you touch AI. Because your why, ladies and gentlemen, is your GPS. And we all need a GPS because we need a guide that will lead us to the direction and to the goal that we have in front of us. So know your why before you touch AI. I do a complete workshop on this subject and people are loving it. They're like, man, you have really given me some clarity and now I know what to do next. We even provide a roadmap for you to actually show you what steps and what tools you can use to help keep you on track. Now, if you execute it, that's a different story. You know, my mentor once told me, he says, knowledge is power, but the true power is applied knowledge. Because there's so much knowledge out here and so much information. But the question is, are you applying what it is that you've learned? Or are you still waiting for everything to be perfect? I recall another thing my mentor told me. He says, we take action not when everything is perfect, but we take action when we make a commitment. And right now, I want to challenge you to commit to learning artificial intelligence. Wherever you're at, there is some tool out there that you can learn and some information either online, on social media. Maybe you might have a class at the local college, or maybe, just maybe, you can go to YouTube and binge watch some videos. Or you can come to Smart AI workshops and join us at one of our either live events or join us for a virtual webinar. Some are cost, some are free. Depends on which event we're running and what's being discussed. But while we're talking about events, this Saturday, there will be a Smart AI workshop, AI Made Simple virtual, and I want to invite you to join us. And guess what? It's free. It's going to be 60 minutes or maybe a little longer. Usually go about 90 minutes. But we're going to discuss some very important things that have just developed within the AI space. We're going to talk about some tools that you need to know about to help you work just a little smarter and not harder. Now, in order to be part of that, you have to go and register. And in order to register, you want to go to AIMadeSimple.biz. That's AIMadeSimple.biz and register. And you can go ahead and do that right now. All right. Go to AIMadeSimple.biz and register. But while you're doing that, I want to go ahead and give a quick commercial. And then I'm going to share with you what I discovered about the 3 secrets of the AI entrepreneur, and then we'll let you go.
Ever feel like AI is just too complicated?
What if it didn't have to be?
At the Smart AI Workshop, we make artificial intelligence simple, hands-on, and human-centered.
No lectures, just real learning, real tools, real transformation.
Every learner here is unlocking AI through interaction, visualization, and guided exploration.
Yes, AI Made Simple. It's going to be amazing, and I think that you need to make sure that you register. So go to AIMadeSimple.biz and register for our free workshop. You'll get a notification, but that's the only way you're going to get a link to join us. All right? So, ladies and gentlemen, this is your moment in time. And as an AI entrepreneur, someone who may be just starting off or someone who might have some experience in the tech world, or maybe you're a business owner who has already built a very successful business and you understand how to bring in customers, make money, and your business is absolutely on point. There are 3 different entrepreneurs. And the first one that I want to talk to is the fortress builder. The fortress builder, ladies and gentlemen, is that person that I just mentioned. Someone who's created an organization, has systems in place, and understands about KPIs, understands about business and how to get leads and how to nurture their leads. And they're just looking for that advantage over their competitors that will help them just take that business to another level. And if that's you as a fortress builder, then learning a new technology may not necessarily be the best thing at your level. But creating a force of individuals, mastermind individuals, your Jedi Council that can actually give you the information and implement the information is another thing. So I would recommend for any fortress builder out there You need someone who has the knowledge on your team that can integrate and implement the AI within your organization. You know, I'm reminded of a story that I heard. Actually, I read it in the book Think and Grow Rich years ago. It was about Henry Ford. Henry Ford, his he people didn't really like Henry Ford for some reason. They took him to court one day, and while he was in court, obviously, he didn't have the highest education in the world. I believe he dropped out of school in the 6th grade, but he was really good at building businesses and systems, and he had dreams and of the Model T transporting the world and eliminating the buggies. And obviously people were very threatened because that means that their business would be eliminated over the time because of his new invention. But Henry Ford was there on the court and on the stand, and one of the prosecutors mentioned his education and said, Henry Ford, do you know about X, Y, and Z? Your education level is only 6th grade, and how can you develop this thing that you want to do with such a low IQ? And Mr. Ford came back and said, sir, listen, my IQ has nothing to do with it. Why should I clutter my mind with information that I don't necessarily need when I can just hire the best of the best to find that info in a matter of seconds? I could call on any one of my Harvard graduates to fetch the information and bring it to me. They looked at each other, and the prosecutor and the judge says, that doesn't sound like a man who's ignorant. As a matter of fact, he sounds pretty intelligent, because he realized that it's not necessarily knowing everything. It's more about knowing how to get the answers to that particular problem. And as a business owner who's already built an organization, it's wise to have your counsel ready to answer those questions and to integrate AI into your business. That's correct. That is the fortress builder. The second, ladies and gentlemen, that I discovered when it comes to this AI entrepreneur and understanding your why is the gold panner. Now, the gold panner, ladies and gentlemen, this person actually has a professional skill and understands their particular industry. And they can see the actual problem inside of their industry. And yet they want to know about artificial intelligence, but they don't really have the tech side of it down. So they can identify the problem, but they cannot solve the problem because of their lack of knowledge. So those individuals need to partner with someone who has the tech experience that can fulfill the order to satisfy the problem and learn as they go, and eventually will develop the skills to where now they're able to solve the problem on their own. So they are a gold panner. They're finding the gold. The gold is in identifying the problem and teaming up with someone who can solve that big problem. The gold panner. That's the second AI entrepreneur that I discovered. And then finally, we have the Phoenix. Now, when people hear about Phoenix, they think about the new birth. And it is. It's something that is new, that's being reborn. It's the Phoenix. Now, we all know and seen movies where the Phoenix came, and we know that having a rebirth is important. But as an entrepreneur, you may be in a position where you may have just been laid off. Maybe your career has actually been eliminated because of artificial intelligence. And maybe you are looking to change your whole entire outlook and you want to go deep and develop this skill set and start your own AI agency and take advantage of the opportunities. So you're starting a new adventure and you are at a state of being new, rebirthed in this industry. Well, if that's you, you have to be willing to sacrifice, invest in yourself, and learn this trade so that you can be effective and help solve problems. So, as a Phoenix, my recommendation is to identify 1 or 2 key tools and go deep, master it. ChatGPT is a great one to start with. They just released in November 2022. They're only 3 years out the gate. There's consistently dropping new updates, and it is continuing to change. So start now, go deep, learn what you need to learn, join courses, watch videos, burn the midnight oil, and develop that new skill so that you can be more valuable. Maybe you might need to develop the skill for your company, and now you are now more valuable than your coworker when it's time for folks to get laid off. But I want to encourage each of you to develop the skill. Education is the key. Now, wherever you fall in that AI entrepreneur space, Smart AI workshops can help you. We are a consulting organization for the Fortress Builder, where I will go in and consult, identify the major problem, show you exactly what tools that you can use, give you a 90, 120-day game plan to execute this in a way that will allow you to be ready for this wave. And your business will now be fortified for the coming wave. And you'll have a competitive advantage from your competition, because if they do it, then you are falling behind. But if you do it first, now you've taken the lead. So in order to do that, the first thing we developed is this. It's called an AI readiness scorecard. And the AI readiness scorecard first identifies some of your key pieces in your company that you can use AI in. That's the first process. We have to identify what areas can use the AI, okay? And we are the MacArthurs of consulting when it comes to artificial intelligence, with the strategies that we use in order to help companies at a fraction of the cost. Then, for those gold panners, listen, hey, if you can identify problems, but you don't necessarily have the tech, well, we have the ability to assist you in that as well. You may say, well, how? Well, because we have access to developers and tech people who can actually integrate those systems for those companies that you've identified. And while you're learning, you might not make as much as you probably could if you did it on your own, but at least you could fulfill the actual order and get the solution to the client and make money in the same time. It's a win-win for everybody. We've got you. And then those of you who are the Phoenixes and you've been joining us for the Smart AI workshop, you've paid and you've joined the AI Sprint, you know that the value that comes from that is hands down absolutely probably one of the best investments that you could make in yourself. You know, I heard something from Jim Rohn. He says, work harder on yourself than you do on your job. If you work hard on your job, you'll make a living. But if you work hard on yourself, you'll make a fortune. So right now, you are developing your skills to be able to work harder on yourself so that you can make a fortune. Because AI is not going anywhere, and this is a blue ocean. There are many opportunities, many different industries, many different players, but guess what? there's room for you too. So if you're thinking about starting your own AI agency, well, we have an opportunity for you to be able to partner up and to figure out what path you want to take. And we walk you through those steps as well and give you a complete roadmap. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. We've already done it. So therefore, why not just follow the lead? So in order to have that, we have what we like to call the AI Sprint. And if you want to go deeper, there's a program for that as well. Now, listen, I'm not here to sell you. I'm here to inform you. I want you to know that the time is now. There's no reason to keep waiting, no reason to keep watching, no reason to just sit there on the sidelines, undecided. If you find a mentor, hold on to him, allow him to teach you. If I'm not the mentor that you want to work with, I am not for everyone. I get that. Not everybody can handle the way I teach or my personality. It's okay. I still love you. But find someone that you could draw to and allow them to teach you the necessary skill sets that can help get you to the finish line. All right. So before I get off of this, again, join us this Saturday. I am teaching AI Made Simple. Go to aimadesimple.biz and register for our 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time webinar. It's part of our series. I'm sure you'll get some value out of it. If you don't have to take my word for it, you can listen to others who've actually came to our seminars. Matter of fact, listen to this.
We just had one of the most amazing AI classes. We've learned so much about both creating and chat and how we shouldn't be afraid of it. So if you guys haven't taken this class, you're missing out. Just go ahead and do it. You will thank me later.
Hi, my name is Serenity Satterfield. I'm an intern at the Bebop Center, and I attended Mr. Earl's AI presentation and workshop. And I just wanted to say, I learned a lot about AI. I only knew the surface level, but it was really cool. I really enjoyed it.
I've never heard of that.
Hello, my name is Rose Hart. I am a student at the Bebop Center. I just completed a class with Brother Shante Earl about AI. Program exposed me to new and exciting things that I had never even heard about or even thought about. I am the owner of The Element of Taste. I am the executive chef and CEO where I prepare food that people enjoy eating. I want to say thank you again, and this is the best class that we've had ever as far as knowing AI. Thank you so much.
You have to take time to sharpen. You see, ladies and gentlemen, others who have come to these workshops, who have spent time and invested in themselves, they're finding a lot of value out of it. So I want to encourage you to join us at one of our Smart AI workshops, either this Saturday or one that's going to be local in the community if you like to be taught hands-on live. All right. So I want to make sure I put that out there. So if you have any questions, leave it in the comments. I'm excited. You should be too. Know your why before you use AI. If you want to know more, go ahead and take the AI quiz. Go to smartaiworkshops.com. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and put up on the stream, and you can go to that site. And 1 second. And when you go there, there it is there. At the bottom, when you go there, you can take the quiz. The quiz will let you know who you are in regards to either you are a fortress builder, or maybe you might be a gold panner, or you might be a phoenix. But find out, take the quiz, and then what we'll do is we'll help you develop a game plan strategy on what's the next step. All right. So that's exciting. You should be excited. We are at the right place at the right time. Understand that nothing happens unless you do. All right. Nothing happens unless you do. So you have to be willing to take the first step. And I'll leave you with this. Martin Luther King, he says that faith is taking the first step, even if you don't see the whole staircase. So come join us. If you'd like me to come into your schools and to teach it, we do have a program for our nonprofit organization called AIM, which is AI Mastery for young people, ages 14 to 18 and also 18 to 25. If you have a company and you'd like some deep dive for your employees to make them more efficient and to be able to get more done with less, well, bring us in and I'll come in and my team will actually do a quick workshop. We have 2 hours, 4 hours, half day, part-time, full day workshops. Hit me up and I can give you more details on what that may look like. And I promise you, once it's done, your return on investment is going to be absolutely off the chart. And that's correct in regards to the time that would have saved, that you were able to save based on you paying those employees for hours. All right. You can save some time, save some money, get them educated. So therefore you're able to do a lot more with less. And again, if you're a school and if you want to bring AIM into your school, this is the opportune time because one, the president, he just gave us an executive order recently that allows you to use part of your budget that is already allocated to you on AI education. So it makes a lot of sense. You don't have to worry about where you're going to get the money from because it's already part of the budget that has already been given. So all you have to do is take a portion of it and shoot it to the education of your staff and your students. All right. I would recommend it so that you can, one, be ahead of the curve and not behind the curve. And just know that, you know, you've got someone that can help you solve a lot of these issues. And I've been doing it for a while. I mean, it has been very interesting. So having a lot of fun, but I want to go ahead and leave you. I'm going to leave you with one last commercial. And I hope you enjoy it. Don't take my word for it. Listen to this commercial.
Ever feel like AI is just too complicated?
What if it didn't have to be?
All right, listen up, people. You out here trying to hustle in 2025 without AI? That's like showing up to a sword fight with a butter knife. Come on, baby. You gotta sharpen that digital saw. Let me break it down for you. Smart AI workshops. This is where the magic happens. We're talking about learning how to make your business run smoother than Barry White on a Sunday morning. You tired of doing 10 jobs at once? Boom, automation. You want to save time? Bam, efficiency. Want to make that money while you sleep? Pow! AI got you covered, baby. Now don't be that person still writing checks at the grocery store when the rest of us are tapping cards. Go to smartaiworkshops.com and level up your game. That's smartaiworkshops.com, where we'll teach you how to work smarter. Because let's be real, if you don't show up, your competition will. And when they do, don't be crying to me like, Sean, I didn't know AI could do all that. I told you. Get your butt to Smart AI Workshops and let's make that money, baby. Smart AI Workshops, work smarter, not harder, or keep struggling. Your call.
Right now, the thing that is not talked about enough, but is coming to your neighborhood faster than you think, this AI revolution is not made up. It's not overhyped. You are already, they're probably, I know I was talking to some people backstage who are associated with businesses here in the Hartford community. I guarantee you, you're going to start seeing shifts in white-collar work as a consequence of what these new AI models can do. And so that's going to be more disruption. And it's going to speed up.
Could you help paint a picture a little bit about what your prediction is for the impact of AI on the job market, but also more specifically on what you see as the potentially new categories of jobs that we're potentially not even thinking about today that could actually come into being?
Some jobs, new jobs will be created. Some jobs will be lost. Every job will be changed. Okay, so let's just break it down.
Ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to take my word for it. I just shared with you individuals who are way ahead of this AI race, who have some knowledge that we don't always have access to, and they are showing us. So I want to encourage you, come join the movement. If you're not part of our private group, you can find it at Smart AI Workshops, which is a private group here on Facebook. Come join it. And I do different posts and I drop different information on that group. And if you want, again, to be part of our next event, DM me and let's get to work. All right. So have a great time. Have a great day. I hope this has been valuable to you. Be blessed. And remember, work smarter and not harder. Let's go.